So which style of combat truly does bring the most intensity when it comes to heavy bag work? Is it boxing, Muay Thai, or kickboxing? Being fluent in all three, I wondered myself. Now, I could tell you with confidence which style I thought would be the hardest when it came to conditioning, just based on how I felt after strong heavy bag rounds. But for this video, I didn't want to base this on how I felt alone, so I figured the best way would be to track my heart rate during these training sessions to monitor energy expenditure and determine training intensity. So let's see which training modality truly gets you the best cardiovascular output when training on a heavy bag. I did 2-minute rounds, and the round we recorded was the second round of each style after getting a solid warm-up round, so I didn't start my test cold. For me, personally, given my age and fitness level, my max heart rate for training sits at about 175. So for optimum training results, I like to work between 70% and 90% of my max, which keeps me between moderate and hard training sessions. For this goal, I need to keep my training heart rate between 123 and 158. Boxing has always felt more intense for me when it comes to cardio. I don't know why, but whenever I am working rounds on a heavy bag, I always feel that boxing just wears me down significantly. Now this could be due to upper body exhaustion. The varying speed and volume of punches thrown will wear down the muscles in the arms considerably, not to mention the legs and core, from pushing off the ground and proper core rotation. Then you have the additional footwork required to keep you moving consistently. Understanding now that boxing may be the lowest regarding energy expenditure, I believe it's because you're not throwing every strike at full power, although you may be moving more with regard to punch volume and footwork. Also, you just aren't throwing any strikes with your legs, which is a bigger factor than you may think with regard to energy and intensity. Now, Muay Thai is my jam. It's my primary striking method, but I openly mix all these styles when I'm striking. When it comes to Muay Thai on the heavy bag, there is a power it requires wherein all strikes thrown are as close to full power as possible. There is some prodding and poking at times to set up your combos, but once you launch your strikes, your aim is to maim. The footwork isn't as flamboyant as boxing, and we are using 8 points of contact instead of just 2. We are throwing punches, kicks, elbows, and knees. This is a factor when it comes to the energy being put out. I've just always assumed that the kicks and knees require more effort, but for me, it doesn't tire me out that much. I figured it's because it's something I do regularly, and I'm strongly versed on how to do it properly, which saves me unnecessary energy wasted when throwing something sloppy or off balance. Muay Thai was the style voted as the most intense for cardio on the heavy bag. So how did we do? Now, with kickboxing, we ramp things up a bit. This is primarily because we are bringing the continuous footwork and longer boxing combinations back into the mix. But now we are mixing these with the powerful kicks and knees of Muay Thai, and sometimes other martial arts, depending on your skill set. Now, I wouldn't think that kickboxing would push me any harder than Muay Thai does when it comes to bag work. At least, it doesn't feel that way most times. But sometimes it does. A solid kickboxing round with significant movement and longer combos can leave me absolutely spent. When thinking more deeply about it, I feel as though the boxing pace of movement mixed with the power and addition of lower body weapons would make kickboxing the more vigorous when it comes to conditioning. But I don't know why that just isn't often my first thought. I would bet it would be Muay Thai, just like most people did when they took the poll. So how does kickboxing stack up against the others as far as energy output? Okay, so let's look at the totals here. So boxing, we had an average of 125 beats per minute, and then a maximum of 144 beats per minute. So the highest my heart rate ever hit during the boxing round was 144 and averaged out at 125. For Muay Thai, it was the average was 137 and the max was 152, okay? For kickboxing, the average was 140 and the max was 158. So just going strictly off the numbers, kickboxing is the winner. Now, with that said though, even though kickboxing won as far as the numbers, it won by a very small margin. They were very close. The difference really could be negligible when viewed by some people. So you could say that Muay Thai and kickboxing are pretty much like even, but you can't argue really that boxing was well below both of them. Now let's end with this. All of them are great training modalities. All of them are great martial arts and combat sports, and you should try to vary your training if you can and get work with all of them if you are trained as such. But of course, if you are a specialist and you're training one or the other, look, you can't go wrong with training in any of them. Skill-wise, fitness-wise, of course, and just overall like betterment of you. I think training in any of these is just gonna make you better, man. But this was a cool little comparison to really, get the actual heart rate numbers. So I hope you enjoyed the video. And if you did, please be sure to like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.